Facebook. Sorry, guys. Christy can't figure out how to get on. Go to the Facebook group to my post and then click on the link to join. The one that I just did a half hour ago. All right. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen. If you can, give me a thumbs up since I can't hear you. Okay. So this is inside of an opportunity in command. You should have an opportunity created before you can even do a commission. And that's because you should have your documents uploaded already as well, right? Heather. So as you can tell from this screen, right now I'm on the offers page because the commissions is grayed out. So I can't click on that commission tab yet. It won't let me do anything. And that's because you need to actually create an offer and accept it before you can create a commission. So in the offer, you're going to click add new offer. And you can name it whatever you want. I'm in a buyer opportunity right now. So I'm just going to leave it as the initial offer and click create offer. And then it's going to pull in some details. So like the offer date, it automatically does today's date. The closing date, you can choose to be whatever you want the closing date to be. I'm just going to go 2 months out. And then the property address, you can either start typing something in, and it will populate a bunch of different addresses, and you can choose the correct one. Or you can select from KWLS, and you're going to want to change where it says show only my listings. You're going to change that to all listings. And you can search for the address that way as well. Maybe, if it decides that it wants to work today. There we go. Search, and then it'll populate everything with that address on it. This will populate addresses that are not just KW listings. So I wanted to point that out too, because some people think that KWLS is only for KW listings. This in here will populate ones that are not KW listings. So like I said before, I'm in a buyer opportunity right now. This is not a KW listing, but I'm going to select it. And selecting it from the KWLS will populate some information into this offer tab. So if you click on, once you have all that, you're going to click on parties. And you're going to have your buyer information populated already, or your seller information, depending on what opportunity you're in. And then you're just going to type in the name of the other person. And then if you, bless you, Heather. If you need to look it up in the MLS, you guys all know how to do that. You just go to the listing and then the public records. If it's not listed in the actual listing, you can do that. So I'm just going to put in John Doe for now. And then since it doesn't have a red asterisk next to these, you don't have to worry about putting that in. At the bottom, you can see how the listing agent's information pre-populated because I chose it from the KWLS. And then so everything with the red asterisk is needed. That's all filled out for right now. You're going to click on terms. Now here's where it gets a little tricky and sometimes can get a little confusing, but as long as you like think about it, like take a second and actually think, then it's not so hard. So your sales price, you cannot click in here to put a sales price in. In order to get that sales price populated, you have to have a combination of cash and a finance amount. So if you have an all cash offer, you can put the full cash offer in there, and then you can see that it populated in the sales price. If you don't have a full cash offer, you're going to split it between the cash and the finance amount. So if you have an FHA buyer, it's 3.5% down, correct? Usually. So you can put, I think that's, yep. So you're going to split it up so that it's the 3.5% down, and then 3.5% down, and then the finance amount. So that'll bring you to the sales price. Does that make sense? Maybe. Okay. So the cash terms here are different than the earnest money. So sometimes, even if they're going to end up putting $7,000 down total, they're not going to put that down in escrow. So that could be a separate amount. So you can put a percentage here and it automatically populates the earnest amount. Or you can type in the earnest amount and it automatically calculates the percentage. So it doesn't matter which one you type in, it's going to automatically populate in the other field right there. Down here, we don't really have any option fees. The termination, buyer will give notice of termination within however many days after the contract. We don't really have that either, so it doesn't really matter for us. But down here under the seller costs, you can see seller will contribute a certain amount to a residential service contract that's like a home warranty, or contribute a certain amount to settlement costs. So you can put stuff in there if you want. This doesn't come into play in the commissions tab per se. Oh, Juliana, you have to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you.
Real quick, is that for closing costs? Is that the seller's assist? Or did I just miss you say that?
Yes.
Okay. It cut off because I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, so the settlement costs here, like seller will contribute however much to settlement costs, that is part of the seller assist.
Okay.
So if they are asking for like 6% seller assist, then you would have to calculate that and then put that amount in there. All right, let me switch back my, okay. And then you can click on agent analysis, and you don't have to worry about this right now, and then just click save. So you can see now that I have this offer completed, and it gives you two options. You can accept an offer or you can reject it. A lot of times this is going to come into play if you have a listing and you get multiple offers. You can put as many offers in here as you need. And eventually what that's going to do is it will pull into a spreadsheet and outline each of the different offers for your seller. So it'll put all of the amount that they're putting down. It'll put if they're asking for seller assist. That will kind of put it all in one sheet for your seller. And then it'll make it easier for them to compare the different offers. But that's why they give you the ability to do multiple ones in here. And then when they pick the ones that they want to accept, you're just going to click accept. And then you will see appear this commissions. It should become live. Sometimes you have to refresh the page after you click accept. So we'll see if what it does. See, it popped up automatically for me. So now I can actually go in and click on that. And it gives me a red box automatically, and it says unable to submit, contract date is required. So the contract date, even though you put the offer date in the offer, it could be different than the contract date. So that's why they do that. So we'll just go in and choose today. And then it automatically filled in the close date from that offer. Okay. And then you see that red bar went away. Moving down, it automatically calculates your royalty. Oop, I skipped ahead. So this 2.5% commission, it was automatically pulled in from the details of my opportunity at the very bottom. So when I first created the opportunity, it asks you for some details. Obviously, like the name of it, the buyers, opportunity stages, and then down here it has their budget and then the commission rate. So if you've put a commission rate in there, it will automatically pull into the commissions tab. If it is different, you can change it. But what it does not do is change down here. So it changed for like the sales price and the commission, but where it actually breaks down the commission for the agent, it doesn't change automatically. So you have to change that. Make sense? And it'll tell you when it updates why there's an error. It's got a big red thing right in front of your face. So it says no agents or not all money is paid to the agents. So then you just have to make sure that the amount up here matches the total commission. So we'll change that, and then the red bar goes away. It automatically breaks down royalty and company dollar. This pulls from Winmore. So on my end, when I process your commissions, it's in a system called Winmore. And that's where your company dollar split is put in. So if it's different, hi Lisa, I can see you now. So if your company split is different, then it'll be different in Winmore and it'll automatically populate on here. So you don't have to worry about that. It prompts you for KW Cares, KW Kids Can, or Bold scholarship donations. So you can put that in there. So if you're donating to KW Cares, not $500, $5, it'll automatically update. If you have a broker service fee, conveyancing fee, additional commission, bonus, whatever you guys call it, you're going to click on Add Item. And then from the drop down, you can choose bonus and just type that in. And then you want to make sure that this toggle switch is off, that it's white, because you guys do not split that with the market center. The only thing that gets taken out of that is your royalty, not company dollar. So once you have that in there, you can click on Add, and that'll put that into your commission. And after every time that you make some sort of change here, you can see that over on this side of the screen, it updates. So it has the total commission, the bonus, the royalty that's being taken out, the company dollar that's being taken out. This is the amount that's getting paid to the agent, and then this is what's getting paid to the office. If you are paying out a referral fee to another brokerage, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click Add Item, and then from the drop-down menu, it'll be an outside referral. You're going to need their tax ID number, which means that you're going to need to collect their W-9 for the brokerage. I require this anyway in order to process it so that at the end of the year I can send out tax information. So that when you have that W-9, you're just going to put that information into here, click Add. And the same thing, if you type in however much you're sending out, 25%, 30%, it automatically calculates the amount. You're most likely not going to use this, and then when you do have a referral to send out, you're going to call me up and say, hey, how do I do that again? And that's fine. I don't mind. Okay. Once you are all done with this, you're going to click submit. And then you can see that it says your commission is under review by your MCA. All right. That was easy peasy, right, guys? Do you guys have any questions? If you do, you have to unmute yourself. Split with coaching with Heather. So we're going to have to work on that because things are a little different between the different levels now. When I have to play around with the system to see the best way that it's going to communicate with you guys putting it in, and then me bringing it in to win more. Because sometimes it doesn't do what I want it to do. So I have to figure out the best way for that to happen.
So if, like, say I have a deal tomorrow, you're just gonna do it on your end. If you know what I mean.
Say it again?
For whatever my splits are with Heather, like say I have a deal, like hypothetically with tomorrow, like that I'm putting it in, you would just do it on your end and we would just do it like this?
Yeah, you could do that for now. I hope you have a deal tomorrow. That would be awesome.
I have many buyers with no houses for them. The only other question I had was for the 175 that we pay, the 150 and whatever. Where is that at? And did I just miss that, or?
No, so I skipped that, and I skipped that for a reason. Because the way that it processes in here, and when I bring that into Winmore, it'll show as a deduction, and it doesn't jive very well between the deductions in this and Winmore. Okay. So I automatically take that out anyway. So you don't have to worry about putting that in for right now. And it's very cumbersome in here when you put that deduction in, because then you'll need the EIN for Greater Penn, and I don't want you to have to do that on every single one that you're putting together. So I'll take care of that on my end, because it's just going to be a lot easier to do that.
All right, last question. No spot for Family Reunion Mega Camp Fund?
No, they haven't released special deductions for us to set as a market center yet. So when you turn in your check, if you could put like a sticky note on there, just to remind me if you want to do some savings for Family Reunion and Mega Camp. Because sometimes if you put it in your green sheet, I don't do it because I forget.
That's fine. I was just wondering. That's all. It's okay. I can say on my own.
All right. Any other questions? You have to unmute yourself if you do. If not, you can. Oh, there's also a chat box that you guys can type your questions into if you have any questions. No, they're off. Okay. Are you here for lights? Stop. Yep. If you go down this hallway, okay. There is a mortgage office. You'll see Huntington Valley. It's them. Right, thank you. Yep. Heather, yours too. I'll show them yours next.
Yay, electricians! Yay!
All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I will let you go. If you do have questions, you can always email me. And I'm sure I'll do another one of these too. So if you have like a specific situation that you want to create a commission for, you can email me that, and then I'll create one of these. Or even if I just create a regular video and send it to you, I can do that too. All right. Alrighty, I'm gonna send the recording to this over to Trish and Caitlin so that they can work their magic and send it out to everybody. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Chris, before you get off,
Yeah.
you don't have to send them back to fix my light. We're gonna be moving, so don't pay for something that I'm not gonna utilize in a couple weeks. I'm not there, so I don't need the lights right now.